What is happening, guys? Call of Duty Black Ops Kid here, coming at you with a very controversial video. Now, not a long time ago, I always used to say a lot of different things about IGN. A lot of people try and get IGN from a very, good source. A lot of people try and get IGN for reviews, movies, stuff like that, and video games. Now, IGN should really just stick to their video games, yet they don't even do that good of a job. Now, a lot of reviewers out there like GameStop, IGN, independent reviewers as well, they have this kind of thing. They get early access to a lot of different things, and this might take the cake too. Marvel's new Venom, they got a little early taste, and we've kind of heard a lot of things bad about it already. Now, Venom is, IGN has given it a 4 out of 10, which is absolutely absurd, I would say. I kind of didn't think Venom would be that good of a hit for Marvel, as Venom is really kind of like a downgraded Spider-Man to a certain degree. And I feel like they kind of just outplayed, Venom, and they kind of downgrade a lot of things. Spider-Man movies in general don't really do that great in terms of, movies and stuff like that. Spider-Man is just not a great film, I guess. It's not as action-packed as, say, an Iron Man or Hulk movie, per se. Obviously, there's been bad Iron Man and Hulk movies made in the past, but a lot of the time, Spider-Man's a really hit and miss. And Venom is that kind of same scenario. Other than that, they give it a 4 out of 10, then they gave the new Netflix series Titans, DC's Titans, on Netflix a 7.7, which is a little hard for me to believe. I think the premise of, Raven and Robin is a good encounter. The one thing that I do not like is that Cyborg is not in this. As far as I can see from the trailer, in the first episode, I did not see anything, which is on a Google site right now. You can see the first episode, which I'll leave down in the description below. It's kind of interesting. I like that they focused on Raven a lot. It's pretty much like how it started out, Raven and Robin and Starfire, which I don't really know. Starfire, for me, just not that, she's not orange and she's black and she's got red hair. It just doesn't really give me that whole Teen Titans vibe. And not to mention, I don't know, it's off-putting. I like Robin and Raven. They do really good together, and I feel like they'll really amp up the story. And since Marvel's going to be making their own type of broadcasting streaming service, and I think next year Netflix has to kind of branch out a little bit, and they have to go to DC rather than Marvel, and they've kind of done that in not too long. They have a really pretty exclusive deal with CW, so anytime those seasons are done, they are immediately transferred onto Netflix, so it kind of gives Netflix and CW a little bit more broadcasting and a little bit showing rights there too, especially with all the Flash and Arrow, Supergirl, and I don't remember, there's quite a different CW shows that are on Netflix. To see the Titans over on Netflix is a good thing. I think it's actually going to do pretty successfully well as well. But I don't want to go too far into reviewing. IGN is the one thing I want to really talk about. Giving Venom a 4 out of 10 is pretty low, not to mention that IGN and Sony have a pretty decent partnership. Given that, I didn't think Venom would be a very smash success like most people thought. The more trailers that came out, the worse I think the movie was starting to become. And honestly, regardless of what I say right now, if you are a big Spider-Man or Venom comic book fan, go out and see it. It's worth a shot, I would say. Not to get off IGN. IGN gave it a 4 out of 10, but in recent past, about 3 or 4 years ago when Metro Last Light was reviewed, they actually had to re-review it. They originally gave it, I think, a 4.5 or something, and then they gave it a 7.7, so they re-reviewed it and gave it a much higher score. And a lot of times with that, they get early access, so they kind of, they up their review, so more people tend to buy that game, plus they got a little bit of a perk bonus because they got to review the game early. So IGN is kind of biased that way too, and a lot of independent reviewers will get a free game as well and then review it off there as well. So IGN, don't trust it. I would go and see Venom anyways. It might be bad. I would assume it might not be that great. It'll be kind of action-packed in certain parts, but I don't think it'll be the smash success that we were all hoping for. regardless, I really appreciate you guys watching today. Make sure you like the video. Comment if you guys are watching the Venom movie, and also if you guys are going to watch the Titans movie on Netflix. I'll be watching that when fully, and I'll give it a review. I'm trying not to get into movie stuff too much because gaming is more my thing, but hey, maybe if it gets really decent reviews and nice analytics, like people are watching it and liking it, I'll continue to do the series and kind of do things like that. Anyways, if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the like button. Like I said, comment if you guys are watching it, or if you go and see it tonight, which it comes out tonight, the Venom movie, let me know down below, and I'll actually probably see it within this weekend and see how it goes. Anyways, make sure you guys subscribe for more great content just like this every single week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.